Hey guys, this is Mike's Game Domain. Got a new toy today. It's the Insta360 Air, which is an Android attachable 360-degree camera, which is pretty dang cool. So I'll just walk you through a couple highlights. I shot a whole video and the wind was brutal on the audio. So I've now faced the mic to me. I don't know which way it was facing last time, but if the wind starts to get insane, I'm gonna turn so that the wind should be blowing on the side of the camera. So hopefully you can hear me a little better. But let's just take a walk around. This is downtown Austin. We're down on Lake, I don't know, whatever it's called. It's a river, it's not a lake. But whatever, right through downtown. Very pretty. There's people walking, exercising, doing their thing. I'm on lunch break. I work down here. But yeah, let's take a look at this little... Feel free to look around. You can see in all directions. So, a decent chunk of the screen is my ugly mug, but it's pretty nice looking. Yeah, so what I think about this camera, well, I love it, first of all. I have to look at the quality on computer to see if it's viable for... Oh, that's a lot of bees. To see if it's viable for kind of high-end professional work. I think it will be, especially since this is a newer technology. There's not a lot of options out there for high-fidelity 360 production, but really I think this is intended to be viewed on mobile devices. Probably like a tablet up to 7 or 8 inches would look just amazing. Bigger than that, it's going to start to show its lower resolution, but I mean the novelty of this is way outweighs the resolution limitations, in my opinion. Pretty dang cool. So I'll just quickly go over my setup. I have a Samsung Note 3, which is actually a pretty old phone at this point. And it's got a cracked, screen, but otherwise it runs okay. And what I decided to do was get the USB Type-C version of the camera, because USB-C is the future, and I don't want to commit to micro USB on an investment on a camera, because most likely my next phone will have a USB Type-C connection. So what I did, I bought a USB-C cable that was supposed to convert it, but a little adapter. It didn't work, so still in search of one that would work. But that's okay. But yeah, I'm just using the included... They have this nice, metal cable. It's rather stiff, so you can use it almost like a selfie stick to position the camera and hold it up and such. I'm going to use an additional extension, a USB extension cable, eventually, to get the camera even further away from me. Man, I'm just so worried about the wind. But yeah, I mean, looking around, it looks freaking amazing. But anyway, I have that connects to USB, just a standard USB, and then I have a standard USB cable that connects to micro USB, and that's plugged into my phone. So it does work, which is pretty awesome. So don't fret if you get the wrong model. You can always send it back, I believe, and exchange it, but I don't know. I think the USB Type-C is probably the way you want to go, in my opinion. Yep, that's a lot of bees. All right. The wind's dying down. We're going to walk this way now. I wanted to show you the path. So, what's neat is the app is rather cool. I did notice that if you take your phone out of battery saving mode, or whatever it's called, power saving mode, the performance is much better. Since this is maybe it's just the way I set it up, but since this is a USB adapted device plugged in, power saving affects how much power gets sent out to USB devices. So I was finding that, for instance, I was able to take pictures and video, but the screen on my phone wasn't showing what the camera sees, which is incorrect. It's supposed to. Man, I hope that wind is not destroying. I can walk in any direction since it's 360, and you're still facing forward. Or, I don't know. You can face whichever way you want. It's kind of cool. You get to be your own director. So, for the most part, as a viewer, which I think is rather cool. But anywho, so hopefully I'm blocking the wind. Yeah, so anyway, taking the phone out of power saving mode has improved the performance of the app pretty well. But yeah, this works just fine. My next idea is to attach this setup using an extension cable and wrap it around a selfie stick so that my whole setup is integrated into a selfie stick. And that way I can have my phone at the base of the selfie stick near my hand and have the camera way out on the tip. And then I can position the camera wherever I want, hang it over a cliff, hang it over the water, put it down underneath something. The whole I think beauty of 360 cameras, especially this one, is it's tiny, you can get really cool perspectives. So like, if I hold the camera out over this ledge, you can see the backside of the ledge. I can't even see the backside of the ledge. If I were to use the camera strictly attached to my phone, I would have to hold my phone out. So if I'm doing this over water or hanging it out the window of a car, which probably isn't a good idea anyway, but you see those videos, so I guess people are doing it. But yeah, if I was doing that, I feel like I might be going the wrong way. Whatever. If I was doing that, then I have a chance of dropping my phone, which phones are rather expensive and have all your personal data on them. So I wanted to come up with a rig where I can keep my phone safe and in my hand, but still get the camera out away from my body. So it seems to be working, and it'll be improved in the future, which is awesome. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of shoot a first little take and give you some feedback. I think it's awesome. So far, everything looks great. The app runs great. The filters that they give you are super cool. It's not like full editing, but they give you enough presets where if you need to lighten it, there's ones that lift the shadows. If you want to make it more moody, there's ones that have higher contrast, and they all come with a split tone. If you don't know what that is, it changes the colors of the highlights and shadows, which sometimes is not what you want, but I think it looks great. It's kind of like an Instagram-y, Facebook editing type look, but super cool and very easy to use. And you can post straight from your phone. So the beauty of this setup is at no point do I have to go to my computer. Do I have to worry about external hard drives, moving files, editing them, rendering them. It's all done on the mobile, which is just insane. So very, very cool. Simplifying your workflow is one of the best things you can do as a content creator and as a photographer and videographer. Every minute you can save in your workflow translates to hours of saved time as you start to produce photos and videos. So I'm very excited for this. It's mostly just meant to be a toy for my family and my kids, but I guess if people like it, I'll continue to make interesting content in 360 and see what we can do together. But otherwise, hope you enjoyed this. If you have $100 and an Android phone, I kind of suggest you check this out. It's really cool. I think in the future, phones will probably be made that have a camera on either side of the phone, and you can just shoot 360 videos from your camera without an attachment. That's probably coming soon, to be honest. I would say within like 3 years, 5 years. But until then, this is a great option. And like I said, not having to, I was probably super loud, not having to put my phone in a place of danger by taking the camera off is pretty important. If the camera was built into the phone, you wouldn't have that luxury. You'd be stuck with a selfie stick, hanging your phone off the edge of a bridge, and sometimes, stuff happens, so probably going to lose it at some point. So anyway, I think it's a great option. I think it's pretty cool. I did attach it to my computer. Didn't really love the way that's set up. I think their software on that end is still a work in progress. They haven't even finished or released the Mac version. But to be honest, I don't have webcam software that I use regularly anyway, so it's basically just a plugin that lets your computer interface with the camera, and then you have to use some other recording software to actually record it, which I don't really use, so that might be why it didn't do a whole lot for me. But anyway, works great on the phone. That's why I got it, so that's what matters. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you next time.